All right, try this again. I filmed last night, but didn't realize the sun glare was so bad until I watched it. Uh, my sunflower jungle is slowly dying from the heat, squirrels, and birds. I've had big birds, small birds, all just sitting on them and trying to get the seeds. Because the bigger birds are pushing them down to get them on the ground to get the seeds, but there's some they're not ready for seeds. It's mainly it's the golden finch. They are just wiping them clean. So some of them, I guess, before we mow again, I will clean it up and try to keep the multi-heads going though. But some of these multi-heads are, they haven't really got their flowers going yet. And the birds going to town. The quarter pumpkin, not sure what it is. It's almost to Tony and Sharon's fence. Then their little munchkin red rat can watch and see what it is. Canaans, striped zinnias. This is like the second year I got these to grow. They won't grow in my buckets, but I put them in these makeshift flower things Mark did for me, and they'll grow. And then the multi-head over here, just from bird drop-ins. Everything is dying or trying to come back for 2 weeks of hellish heat. It's been bad. Almost all but my dahlias have died. This one and another one survived that's in the back, but the heat killed that one. My elderberry tree is almost 3 feet tall. Lemon tree is suffering from that heat. Gladiolas and hollyhocks. More canaans. Mark and I were at his folks with the kids this past week, so Tony and Sharon did the best they could in just trying to water everything for us. We only had rain one day, they said, and that was the night we left. So they did the best they could, but there's still a lot of sunburn damage that I haven't cleaned up yet. Mark and I spent 2.5 hours on the tomatoes yesterday, and we're exhausted. We're going to be pulling these 4 potatoes this weekend because these 5, 6 are round 3. They're not ready yet. Okra, I just picked 2. I'll give to Sharon or whoever wants them. So just transplanted a bunch of kohlrabi for when I've harvested the others. So my eggplants are struggling, but they're trying. I got 2 eggplants. My outdoor in-ground zucchini and yellow squash have overtaken the borage. You can see it's topping it off. So, but it's got flowers, mainly males, so nothing yet. My double sunflower, it was buzzing earlier, full of bees. They got mad when I started watering. But it didn't get very tall like they said it was supposed to get, like to 2 to 3 feet tall. But I'm happy with all the multi-heads. As you can see, I don't know what, it's either pumpkin or gourds, is overtaking the jungle. It is jungle. They have breached the fence. The melons are doing good. Can't tell I planted 100 sunflower seeds. I think the birds and other things got to them, but I've got like 10 that are starting to tower over everything. So, but yeah, they've reached. I told Mark, just leave the damn fence up. We'll take it down this fall. So, if they make it out, good. If not, we'll see. But yeah, there's another sunflower, and then there's another there. But we did that heat. It was horrendous. I had so many yellowing leaves and dead plants and sunburnt, and we cleaned it up the best we could. But I got that vole back that is making just holes and tunnels all through the garden. And I don't want to poison it because I don't want to poison the food chain, but it's killing my garden. The little rat, whatever it is. See, that came from the fence, and we started trying to get these ready for the next round of potatoes, and it just tore that up. Went right on in, and it went right through the whole line and down there. So we lost a couple tomato plants because of it also. I just got done watering, so everything is kind of weepy. But that heat was killer. I do have a lot of tomatoes and quite a bit of flowers, so I did have to trim back the I don't know jungle because it had overtaken right here. It crawled back up. I cut all that down last night, and it grew that much last night. And it overtook these peppers and cucumbers and poor little sunflowers trying to grow. So it's trying to grab again. So before we left for Florida to his folks' house, I had everybody pointing to go that way or across. I had them all going great. I go away for a week and they just do what the hell they want. And I got all kinds of stuff growing in here. But the cucumbers have reached the second top and over. The heck? Oh, it's a big old crow chasing a squirrel. Let's see if I can show it. Okay, it's a squirrel there, and there's a crow that was chasing it. Did you piss off the crow, squirrel? It was a big old crow. It might have been a raven. He's back up through there. I see his tail feathers. I say take out the squirrel. Okay, yeah, ADHD. Wonder where my kids got it from. Squirrel. But I do have tiny little cucumbers. So nothing ready to harvest yet, which is good because the inside cucumbers suffered a lot from the heat. So I just threw you back over, dude. Stay, climb, interweave. My Mexican sunflower. Okay, I bought two. One's inside, you know that. I've never grown them before. I love them because they're orange. And they're multi-head, but note to selves, if you guys ever get a chance to plant these, don't plant them near anything else but sunflowers, because I've had to trim up this side because it was overcrowding the peppers. These guys did good because it shaded them from the heat and sun, but I'm definitely going to try to get some seeds from these guys, but the birds, as you can see, are going to town. But most of the hot peppers did good. Some suffered. I only lost, I think, one plant, so which is not bad. But I lost a lot of sherry eats. It's going to be a sad fall when I don't have a whole lot for meat salsa. But this is how everything's looking. I mean, Sharon and Tony did the best they could for us. I mean, we did ask them to come out in almost 100-degree weather to water our garden, and it's not a small garden. The wildflowers packet that I planted from Sis, Kayla, last year she gave me, Amazon was giving them out. Well, bachelor buttons, and a little tick seed, and I'm not sure what that is, but that's what those are growing out of that. So Mark's jicama out here is doing, well, one plant's doing great. These guys are still struggling, but they're trying. And this one has really taken off. It had bloomed, but it's going to seed and the birds are already attacking it, but that's fine. All that's toxic. You can't eat it. You have to eat what's under below. Oh, there's some of the pretty flowers. The bees really like them. Kohlrabi, a lot of them are starting to get their balls. Sweet potatoes have They're done. They're like, we're going to do what we want. So I got them going all along the best I could. They haven't taken hold on the ground here yet, so when we go to mow this weekend, I'll weed whack the hell out of this so they can grab on and do what they want. I don't let them usually come out until that far. That's as far as I go. I let them just crawl all over the fence. So I'm interested seeing, I hope I get a good crop out of these two, really, because those are the Japanese ones, the purple and the Mahakatori, whatever it's called. But that's how those are going. Inside, Jakey and I spent 2.5 hours this morning working on these guys, cutting off sunburn and stuff. I went to Menards today and got more tall poles, so I'll be adjusting those again in the morning. As you can see, the Amish are above 6 feet because those tallest poles are 6 feet. So we took about 12, 15 tomatoes down to his mom and about 10 cucumbers, so she was quite happy. Milkweed is blooming. I had a couple of weird looking caterpillars. Oh, I think it's trying to form. It was a weird, I didn't take a picture. I took it in the video, and it wasn't a monarch. I've never seen this type before, but it was munching around, and you can see what it's doing to that leaf. So there's caterpillars. I just need more butterflies. See, here's the other Mexican sunflower. It's getting taller, not wider, since it's potted. No moonflowers yet, but it is taken over the trellis. And many, many coneflowers. And this moonflower has decided it is going to join the coneflowers. So, should be interesting. A lot of these are not blooming anymore. They did their 2-3 blooms because they're early spring, but I'm gonna do the yeast, sugar, water fermentation stuff this weekend. And that should make more blooms, flowers. So, no, Mike, those aren't from you. I bought those ones. Yours all died. So, but this is how it is. I'm thinking I may have to plant the raspberry bush. It's just getting too damn big. I only got 2 raspberries, but oh well. The Hickman here is doing really good. They're starting to get their pods for the flowers. So bloom flowers still going. Black-eyed Susans. I got some wild milkweed just popping up places. Yeah, I came home and half these sunflowers were down and their heads were off. Squirrels. So, but that's how this side is looking. It's like I said, I'm sure everybody else's plants were suffering too from the heat. So the cucumbers, I just picked 10 between yesterday and this morning. They look horrible, but they're still putting out. That's all that matters. It's full of cucumbers, especially these ones. This is the ones that matter for Mark. These are his whites. So I got a couple big straight 8s and pickle bush off this morning. So, but they're going to be given the yeast mixture. Everybody's going to get the yeast mixture. I'm not sure if you've ever tried that before. You take in a 2-liter container, you put a packet of the active yeast and then like a 1/4 cup of sugar, shake the hell out of it in warm water, put it somewhere dark and hot, and you let it ferment for several hours. We usually let it go until the evening, so about 8 hours. And then you take that 2-liter and then you put it into 5 gallons of water, and then you give everybody a cup and drink, and it helps generate blooms again, flowers. So I gave everybody a haircut of my herbs, bagged them up, labeled them, put them in the refrigerator, told Mark, don't let me forget the herbs for Christina. Sorry, Christina, your herbs are still in my fridge. My niece. Sherry eats. They're struggling from the heat. So, but I've come to realize, Mark, when you watch this tonight, yeah, I know we wrote Carmen on this from last year, But those are not Carmen, Mark. There's another name on the bucket. What grows like that? It's the Aji mango. So this one needs to go over there because this is a no, definitely no, Sherry, eat. This thing is hotter than a habanero. We were like, maybe there's stunted growth. Then I was looking at these Carmens and they're like, no, they're not, because Carmens are the Italian one, sweet. So I was looking again and I saw it right there. Mark Aji. And you broke Carmen underneath. So it's not Carmen, it's an Aji mango. That's gonna kill Sherry. The fire and ice is really taking off. That's one of the plants that did good. I guess they right now they're a little less than habanero, but once they turn red, they're a little hotter. So, but I'm gonna have to rearrange stuff. I gotta harvest. I've got a bunch of hot peppers ready. Chinese 5, Steph, that's yours from last year that I brought. So, but I got the pequins over there. I have lots of hot peppers that we need to harvest and get them diced up and in the freezer because I have no tomatoes yet. So, but believe it or not, the herbs did better than some of my plants did with all that heat. So, well, the sage kind of suffered. The blue sage, she just not happy at all. I don't think she meant for the extreme heat. And same with the Russian. So, but, yup. Oh, Mark and I have been eating blackberries, 1 or 2 a day. These are just now turning black. There's still red hint to them, which means if mine are turning ready, I'm waiting for Jim and Karen to give me a call to say, hey, time to pick blackberries. That's where I get all my blackberries. It's from my friend's farm in Palmyra. They got 2 big bushes and they're thornless like these. Okay, I can't remember your name, but you sent me a message and you asked me what we use for fertilizer. We do this once a month. We do 3 scoops in a regular watering can. What kind of bug the hell is that? Oh, it's a dead moth and an ant's carrying it. I was like, what the hell? Sorry. Like I said, squirrel. But that's what we use. Oh, I did pick this. I was like, oh, a red pepper. Picked it. Ooh, something ate it. So, but that's what we use besides the, I'm sure everybody knows about the banana peel. Every time you eat a banana, put it in a mason jar or jar, fill it with water, wait 3 or 4 days, and then give it to whatever plant's needing it. So I do that, the yeast. So that's all we use for fertilizing throughout the summer. So, but like I said, just a quick video. It looks better than it did a few weeks ago with the rain. Oh, hello, hummingbird. Can you see it? I'm trying to get, she's on that little pole. I'm trying to get close to see. You can't really tell. Let's see if I can get closer. What are you doing? I just filled your feeders and you're off and flying. Like I said, wonder where my kids get their ADHD from? Squirrel. But like I said, I hope your guys' gardens survive the 2 weeks of hellish heat and humidity. We actually saying we get a break come Thursday and Friday. I hope so, because I've got so much to do. Oh, yeah. And I'm trying to come out 2 hours in the morning and then 2 hours in the evening without killing myself. So, all right. I will see y'all next week. Bye.